Okay. You guys ready to play? All right. So yeah, it's day 3. It's Sunday, September 27th, 2015, and you are at Vincent's Playhouse. You're at Vincent's warehouse, and you guys were all like yakking it up about plans. Soleil has told you that she's going to quit her job because somebody needs to be with Mariah 24/7, and she's acquiring medical stuff, IV drip to keep Mariah fed in what appears to be a coma. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully she'll come out of it, but who knows. Anyway.
Does anyone have any want of an eyesight to actually use, or is at least not afraid of it scanning your eyeballs?
Great question.
Because Alice wants to dissect one, but she doesn't actually want one. I can buy one relatively anonymously if no one else wants one, but I just figured I would put it out there and see if straight up wanted to buy one or thinks they could get a used one through their contacts.
Yeah, used one would be quite good.
So it's possible to get an eyesight without, you could pay with cash or something that doesn't not connect to your bank account. You don't need an Apple ID in order to use an eyesight. It will collect information on the user, but it may not, that all that information, the biometric data and so on, and location data and like browsing data wouldn't necessarily be connected to an ID. And then there's basic usage that's possible without purchasing an Apple ID. So you can surf the web, you can use it as a phone, you can use various basic apps. You can listen to some music. There is like some eyesight specific stuff like Eyesight Guardian, that's like real-time obstacle detection, vision assist, and basic biometric like heart rate and motion tracking. Those are all possible without Apple ID. The deeper stuff that do require Apple ID, downloading new apps, using their message services, iCloud services, FaceTime, Eyesight Social, so identifying people who have registered and that kind of stuff. There's an AR gaming hub with immersive games such as Omega Invasion is the huge popular one. Content sharing, like sharing your viewpoint with people, live share that, and also a multi-screen workspace, AR workspace. All that requires Apple ID, but it is possible to create an anonymous Apple ID account with using gift cards, paying with gift cards, and using a throwaway email address, and that kind of thing, and making sure it's not connecting to your Wi-Fi network, and so there it is. Though that said, it is like it would be collecting a lot of data, and so even if it were anonymous, it would the eyesight itself, the individual device has its own ID number, and it would be connected with this anonymous serial number, anonymous person. And that anonymous person, whoever this person is, a lot of data about your movements and your biometrics and your activity and stuff. If you were really paranoid, which I'm sure you are, that information would be being collected and sent to Apple.
It is.
Oh, we also need to make a plan for the scientist and her family to get out of the city.
Or at least get to a safer place.
I think they need to get out of the city because, I don't know, just somewhere where that Korean mob doesn't have influence.
Can't say.
I guess I feel like that one is a fairly, relatively simple one to tie up.
Yeah, fair. We just have a hard time going with them because, we
don't know that. So as far as I understand, there's only 2 places that we've blacked out. Staten Island and the Korean mob's lab.
Which is didn't you cross a bridge and
into Staten Island?
Okay, that's right.
So it's possible that if we go over other bridges or leave the city in other directions, it's possible the same thing will happen, but we don't know for sure yet because we haven't tried.
Yeah, I guess my thinking is, my educated guess is that we have a very limited area that we can actually operate in on the surface. I bet even if we got into a helicopter and went way above the city, we'd also have problems there.
That's possible. We could try and test this. But also, when we were in Jersey City, we came to in the elevator.
That was underground, though. Not sure how far underground, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
So I'm, this is an educated guess, but
yeah,
there is a area and safely operate in and have both both of our if we stray too far out of that, and unfortunately this is not something we can't be two places at once. It does not seem to be experimentation is probably worthwhile because it sounds like we can be in Jersey City, we can be in New York proper, but we've been to Brooklyn obviously. And Queens? Into Queens?
Yeah. I think so. I don't remember honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Some of us live in Queen.
Yeah. Okay. And then we've been to Jersey City. Yeah, but it's like, can we be all as far as Newark? Can we fly? Like, even there's like definitely a limit.
And we safely fly from Newark to JFK.
Oh no.
Maybe like someone. Maybe if we like pick a spot and provide some cash, maybe someone that works for Father Seamus can transport them, or someone trustworthy that one of us knows, like an NPC.
Yeah, we can do something like that. They probably have. It's something else we gotta think about. And yes, it's something else we gotta think about. Lots. Anyway, out.
So yeah, so it is Sunday night. You guys are. It's about. I'd say you've been chatting for like at least an hour. Around 10. After 10, you can. I'm not shutting down the meeting that you're having until you guys say that you're done and you want to move on to the next day. So a couple things I think maybe just for Matt. Tomorrow you agreed to meet up with Lisa Marie McIntosh, and you agreed to and Rat King said he was going to arrange a meeting with somebody from the Latin Kings for you.
Double booked.
Maybe not depends on when Rat King hasn't contacted. He hasn't said when that's going to happen yet.
Yeah, Jason will go to meet Lisa Marie tomorrow, and he'll cancel on her if Rat King comes through.
And a few of you have work tomorrow. Alice and Helga have work tomorrow.
Yes. Although probably not. Alice is teaching. It's probably not like a 9 to 5 situation. She probably has a random class in the afternoon and then office hours or something.
You have 2 classes tomorrow.
2 classes, okay.
I assume my obligations are amorphous.
They may based on meetings with clients, and tomorrow you don't have any.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I guess what does each of us consider most? What do you want to do the most?
Helga should go to work, and it's doubtful. I'll take a sample of Soma with me. Doubtful I'll get a chance to work on it, but
so that's a good idea. I want to track down my grandpa. I was thinking about trying to go talk to my dad tonight, and this is pretty wild, but I kind of want to set up a shell holding company and then try to take out a secured loan and buy a building and have a front, and then start developing that building.
Hell yeah. Because
my financial situation has changed, and I have a lot of leverage now. And so that might be an alternative to sending people out of the city, is, having an anonymous building and keeping them there.
So they still need to, they probably want to go outside at some point in their lives and buy groceries and, actually start their lives over. But that definitely could give us more time to figure it out.
Yeah, we could ask them what they want to, long term. But
I do think it's good for us to have some kind of base of operations that's not our private houses.
Ideally, we just destroy the Korean Mafia.
That would be cool.
We're gonna go in and then get that information that I would like to go in and get that, free those other people and get that flash drive.
Yes. Wait, I just had a realization.
Rachel thinks it's too dangerous. We should let those people stay in prison forever.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
We should have, maybe Jason should do this, but a taped interview with, oh my god, what's her name? Ji-young. Get everything on recorded.
I think he already recorded a lot of her testimony.
Yeah? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I think I recall you saying that.
Yeah, I recall that too. Yeah, and I want to get Vincent's, I'm assuming Vincent he did recon, a lot of recon on this underground facility. So I want all that.
You want his info?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you hired me originally to do, so here it is. And he would drawn out a map information on that.
Cool.
Which I will figure out.
If Jason wants to work with me on setting up remote surveillance on the entrance to that place to see if it's still active.
Yeah, I would be willing to go do that. I got some things to do tomorrow, but maybe in the afternoon.
Yeah, I can front the cash for some wireless cameras, or if you just want to, where you want to stake it at. It's up to you. This is your thing. I was thinking wireless cameras somewhere, but
oh, you know what? If Venessa sets up a shell corporation, we can use that to purchase the eyesight.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Better get cracking.
I can put my basically my tiny malware lab inside building. Yeah, it will not be able to connect to the internet because it's all going to be it'll all be in containers. Everything's going to be virtualized. It'll be fine. So maybe we should focus in this session on planning for Korean mob infiltration.
Yeah.
So that's doing remote surveillance on the lab itself, trying to research like prominent members or other known facts about the mob and learn about their personal lives and maybe see if we can attack them with malware, steal their information.
Oh, also, I don't know if anybody can make jammers.
Yeah, I have one.
Or get access to them. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like a cell phone or like a radio jam?
I have to look. Basically, I guess it's not a jammer. I can like open someone's garage door. So I guess, yeah, it's like a radio transmitter thing.
Gotcha.
Where I can fuck with RFID things like security badges, garage doors.
Clone security badge.
Yeah.
Spoof them.
Yeah.
Oof.
Since I was gonna otherwise say that all makes sense. We could also probably get to that. Definitely should build some sort of Faraday cages. Should we worry about the security of our individual apartment, Wi-Fi and such? I'm assuming we're all using VPNs and stuff.
So I purchased a laptop that you all can use if you want to do things on the web securely. Okay. I bought it with cash and it should be fairly secure. It's running Linux and I have a Tor browser installed on it. So you guys can use that if you need to search stuff.
Cool.
If you need to cruise the dark web or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that probably is a similar setup /
Yeah.
Let's just start hiring a bunch of assassins.
Hey, if you got the coins. Yeah, so I'll have that laptop we can bring wherever we need.
Okay. Cool.
I got a new burner phone. I would highly recommend. We've had ours for a little bit now. I would recommend people get a different one pretty soon.
Makes sense.
And also be aware of having your burner phone and your actual phone that's connected to your identity. Like having both on you at the same time is not great because then there will be like cell tower data showing both phones like having the same travel. No one ever contacts me, so I've just been leaving my real cell phone at home. But that obviously will become more difficult.
Yeah, I figure we also are using a Signal group chat with us.
Signal doesn't exist yet for another month.
What?
Okay, it's called something else. But
I mean, we can use WhatsApp, which is not owned by Facebook yet.
I don't know if that's here though. Signal doesn't exist yet, really?
it's not called Signal. It's a lot less popular. It's a thing called, I don't remember. It's something else. It actually didn't become Signal until November.
Okay.
Whatever.
It has end-to-end encryption. That's its whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, that or Telegram or something. I figure we just have an encrypted chat.
Something.
Just being careful. Good.
What's that?
All right.
Anyway.
In terms of hunting mob stuff, do we have a lead or any idea other than maybe, does anybody know anything?
About what?
Where to start in terms of...
We're planning on getting into the same facility we came out of.
Yeah, but we're planning on doing some like surveillance and...
Yeah, on that place.
Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna like lurk.
Yeah, I just want to figure out if it's still active and like what kind of traffic is going in and out of that sort of thing.
Guys, I gotta log off. I'm gonna switch to my computer now.
Okay.
Be back in a couple minutes.
I'm gonna log off my bladder. I'll be right back.
Hey Patrick, I forgot that you were actually present. I narrated something your character did, so I apologize.
No, it was good.
Okay.
I have limited skills. I'm just trying to listen in if I can.
It sounds both Alice, but everyone's flexible. It sounds Jason.
Oh, I never know when a dame's gonna come in and need help with something.
Yeah.
Always on call.
Of course. Gotta watch out for nothing but...
Does Jason have any open cases?
So, yeah, you got a couple open cases that are not related to any of this stuff at all.
I'm back.
Because I guess I'm just trying to figure out like who could we send things, see if anything happens, gathering. Because we don't really know what our first steps. Like they could have completely cleared out. We can scratch, or it could be totally fine. Very obvious. I feel it. Outside in some trouble.
Could be. Me and Jason just talked about it. Either get some wireless cameras or stake it out. Jason said he could do it in something within the afternoon because he's got to meet with that person during the day.
In terms of wireless cameras, you just stick them someplace and then come by and swap out the chip, download all the info at the end of the day. Like
I
a
don't
ring
know.
camera. Okay.
This is Jason's job.
All right. Same. Helga's.
Yeah, I mean, I think that most of the cameras Jason would know about would be ones that you would set up, and then you'd have to come back and check them.
Okay, as opposed to transmitting wirelessly, so they're not like ring cam.
Yeah, but he's not the most technologically savvy person. That's just like what he has in the back of his car.
You do it the old way, eh?
Yeah, and Vincent could probably help with that too.
Matt, your two cases that are unrelated to any of that stuff is someone is being stalked and they want to find out who's stalking them. And then another one is there's a gas station that got held up recently, and they're trying to find that individual. If you were curious.
Yeah, no, this is good information. So while we're working, are we able to like work on our city integration, or?
Yeah.
I see.
As long as you're not. Yeah.
I guess I don't want my going to work or like working on figuring out who's stalking this person to become like a whole session. Would it just be like I will go work on that for a quarter day, and then during that time I could like roll city integration?
Yeah.
Or would we have to role play, go and interview the person?
No. Let me ask you guys this: the rest of the night, what are you doing?
Oh,
You can visit my dad.
Okay.
Or do I have an address for my grandpa?
No.
Okay, then I want to visit my dad.
Okay. Anybody else taking actions tonight?
Yeah, but I am still figuring it out, so ask me again in a minute or two.
Okay. Anybody else?
want to work on city integration.
Okay. So that's a 6-hour long
What time is it
roll.
now?
9 p.m.
Oh, all right. Can I do half of city integration? Maybe that's not a.
Yeah.
I don't say it, but,
Sure.
Like work towards it.
Yeah.
Maybe next week? Yeah. I don't know. Get up a perfect something.
Okay.
Imagine the library is not open. That'd be
Anybody else?
doable. Also,
This
if anyone,
tonight? Sorry, Rachel. What?
oh, go ahead.
I was just asking for anybody else if anybody else is doing stuff tonight.
What kind of role would it be to like do online research?
To be a scholar role?
Just plain scholar.
Depending on what you're researching.
Okay, because I can fire up the old shitty laptop I just bought and start deep diving into the Korean mob and try and find the names of prominent members or other info.
Okay.
I could also try and figure out stuff about the Jamaican gang or Blue, just with digging around online.
Okay. And anybody else?
So this is the night activity.
Yeah, just if you're doing something
Or, like,
tonight, like
evening?
you don't have to. Yeah, this evening, from 9 till you go to bed. We don't have to. It can be nothing. It can be you're just chilling out until tomorrow.
Yeah, Jason will chill out.
Okay. Okay, I think that was everybody. Okay, I'll just get Alice's roll out of the way then. So you're researching the Korean mob and the Jamaican gang and Blue?
Yeah, I probably can't go very deep onto all three in one night. Does anyone have a preference on what thing I look into?
Jamaican gang.
Yeah, I'm playing
Jamaican gang? Okay.
Okay.
Jamaican gang it is.
Sure. All right, give me a scholar. You don't have the streetwise or a. Let me see. Actually, give me a computers roll, technical computers, and
Okay.
you, I believe, are at -3 for that still.
All right. So let's see. Still, I'm not 100% sure that I'm doing dice rolls correctly, but I think I am. One
Two.
success.
Okay, so yeah, 6 base and 2 skillies. You did it correctly. Okay, 1 success. All right, roll your scholar plus.
Okay.
3.
2 successes.
So the Jamaican gang, their territory is, let me see, roughly. Here, I'll just give you a screenshot of their territory. That is in Queens North Queens East. That's most of Queens East.
Okay.
And they are a large gang, and their leader is named Louis Sinclair, and they are aggressive. They deal drugs, and they're culturally big on voodoo. They can be pretty ethnocentric, and they're very prideful about their heritage, though they do allow people into their gang who are not strictly Jamaican.
Okay.
They've got, you've heard of a couple, you find information on their captains. There's a captain named Queen D and the Prophet, and they have recently, in the news, actually, a couple days ago, they had actually a conflict with a street fight with the Latin Kings. The Latin Kings apparently encroached on their turf, and there was a violent conflict. There was a gunfight in near Hollis, and a couple Jamaicans were presumably killed or were killed, and a couple more injured, and also a couple of the Latin Kings had been injured. And let's see. Yeah, and that's pretty much most of what you've uncovered with that.
All right.
All right, Sam, Venessa, Yeah, you're gonna call your dad first, or you're just gonna show up at his crib?
Could I just show up, or would that be whatever is the least weird?
The least weird would be to call him, but it wouldn't be out of proportion or awful to just show up.
Yeah, I'll just stop in.
All right, so yeah, it is late, but he's whatever. He's probably not in bed. You would take, let's see, it would take you about 20 minutes to get there. It's not a big deal. It's about 11 by the time you arrive. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you show up, and he does have help at the house, and the help answers, and you meet your dad in the living room you head down to Brooklyn Heights. You're in Brooklyn Heights here at the Durst family home. Did you see what that looked like? It's a big mansion.
It did. I don't remember where it is.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the city. It's a big brownstone mansion that's integrated into the surrounding buildings. It's not like a mansion that stands alone, doesn't have a yard of its own. It has a stoop going up to it. It just looks like a really fancy apartment building, essentially. Really old, but it is a mansion. And yeah, you go up there and you meet your dad in his study. It's a nice comfortable study. There's a fire going. He's sitting there sipping whiskey and in his jammies and on his computer doing work. But he is basically he's putting the work aside for the moment. And yeah, you come in. He doesn't get up to greet you. It's just nice to see you, and he wants to know what you want, what you're wanting coming back here.
First off, I wanted to see him because he's my dad, and I love him.
That's very lovely, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what him and Vanessa's dynamic is.
He's kind. He's been kind to you, but he is, and you turning it back on the family is turning back on him because he's the head of the family. So he's obviously angry, but he's open to listening.
Does he look like my old dad?
Yes, he does.
That's weird. Who might be dead, by the way. I don't know. So it's a little emotional seeing it.
Yeah.
Love my big gay dad.
He looks a little bit different, but it's like your memories. You got two memories. These two people, and they look slightly different, but they look similar in a strange way, and it's a little bit trippy, yeah, for sure. It's like, why do they look different? Why do they look the same?
Weird. I want to see how things have been.
He tells you things have been busy. Nobody will say this but me, that we miss you, and the work that you were doing for the family was valuable, but we're getting along just fine. There's a lot of people who are quite angry at you. I wouldn't say I'm among those that are quite angry. I'm among those that are just plain angry. But depending on what you have to say to me tonight, that could change.
I hate you. No. I hate you and you're terrible. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, and I'll point out that I'm not opposed to working with the family again, but I want to do it on just between. I don't want everyone to necessarily be aware of it. I'd like to keep this discussion between us at the moment.
He says, that's a given. You lost our family a lot of business, and a lot of people lost some trust in you, and there's even some people are, Oscar Sr., who is, by the way, Oscar is his brother, or one of his brothers, is in the executive board, runs the enterprise in the Bronx, and he's an old guard. He holds grudges. Anyway, he says Oscar is going to be putting forward a family vote to formally exile you. A few others there's a lot of nasty words going around. So until you prove yourself to me, I don't think I'll be bringing you up to the others.
Yeah. So I'm rereading some of the stuff about her family. Like, what specifically was like the conflict Venessa had with the kind of work she was doing?
So you basically, you knew that the family, there's a lot of elements of the family that thrives on exploitation and espionage and kind of behind the scenes dealings. A lot of stuff like connections with the Irish Mafia and others. And you were just growing disillusioned with that lifestyle, as that they paint themselves as a family that thrives and that has a legacy of grit, and that they actually don't. It's not grit, it's money that they survive through, and there's a lot of backstabbing. They're really a bunch of like weak people that because they mistake financial power for actual grit and for actual like value. And it's just full of these hollow social games, this just ethical, moral decay. You just found not much purpose in it. It was just like made you feel dead inside, and so yeah, you wanted to leave there. Let's see, yeah, so basically wanted to escape the toxic environment and find something fulfilling and something more real. And maybe let's see, one of the last straws is that one of the family members, Cecil, was in charge of operations in Astoria, Queens. He died, and he was at like one of his building sites. It was under construction and stuff like that, and he was found dead in one of the apartments. Apparent accident. He fell down the stairs he was doing a late night inspection. He tripped on some construction materials and fell down the stairs and died. But you have heard that your brother Kevin was like seen arguing with him earlier in that day, and there's like a few things that don't match. Like the construction materials that he supposed to tripped on weren't there during work hours, and Cecil's son says that Kevin's car was parked nearby that night. So that was like a thing, which is like it was just too much. You didn't want to get involved. And when you knew Kevin, like Kevin is a hothead, he's a huge asshole, and like killing a family member over some shit, not completely beyond him, but it would be beyond the pale and basically just like too much stuff that you didn't want to get involved in. So you're just like, fuck this family, fuck these people. Because there was a lot of people who would stand behind Kevin and would totally not accept any evidence if Kevin had evidence of Kevin having killed Cecil. So that was the last straw.
I gotcha. I'll say, yeah, I guess I'll just say I don't like... Where's my father on all this? Is he still pretty...
He runs the family, so he is just as corrupt as they come. He's a nice guy to you. He makes sure that these things happen, and he also has a deep misunderstanding of what of the nature of the family. Like he believes it's a strong family that stands for values and stuff like that, but that's a bunch of horseshit.
Okay, I guess I'll bring up that I don't like the direction that the family has been going in, and like we've grown, fat on past glories and self-protected, doing things more for self-interest than for value of the city, like our legacy, things like that. I'm going to try to convince them of some of the reasons why Venessa left, and say, but then bring up that I'm invested but I still care about my family and I care about the future of the family. But I want to have the work that I do be worthwhile, and I want it to have the work that I do be positive and meaningful in some way.
Okay, so you want to convince him that your reasons for leaving made sense.
Yeah, and I just want to get a read to see if he sees what I'm putting down.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna ask for a manipulator, influence manipulator roll. 3 successes.
All
right, so let's see. Okay, yep. All right, you chat with him about that, and he's standing by the fire with his whiskey glass, and he says, "I'm proud of you, Venessa. I think that we may not agree on a lot of things, but I can see that you've got principles of your own, and I am glad to see that you are standing up for them, and that you're trying to strike out on your own. That means a lot to me. I think I value loyalty, perhaps more than you do, but sometimes we have to make sacrifices to pursue a life that is important to us, and you may have made that sacrifice, but that does lead me to question, why are you coming back here and talking to me?"
That is one of the reasons I wanted to come back and talk to him.
Okay, good.
But yes, I have a couple other things. I will point out that I'll have my own. I'll wrap up that part by just saying I have a private consultancy, and I don't want to close the door on this family, but I'm not sure what what form my re-involvement would have. But
yeah.
But I want to keep the door open, but maintain a little bit more of my independence.
He says, you're going to have to You're gonna have to build trust. If you want to be re-involved in the family's business, you may not have access to sensitive information right away until we can be assured that you can be trusted with it. And he says, so it sounds like you want to be involved, but not completely. You don't want your old role back. You want a new role in the family, one that's kept on arm's distance. Am I hearing you right?
Yeah, I don't know. This is just a preliminary. I wanted to see you and have a conversation before deciding on anything.
Yeah, he nods and says, the kind of business that we do. And if you want to be involved in what we do, you might have to get your hands dirty. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
He says, all right. We'll start with some menial tasks then. He says,
Clean out the stables.
yeah, he says, we've got some difficult tenants. How about this? Well, there's a nightclub in Manhattan, Pink Widow. The management, they're behind on rent, but they have, hold on a second, and they have a little bit of, let's say, dirt on a member of our family. We need you to negotiate with them. And he says, I will give you the information that you need, but tomorrow night, go down there to the Pink Widow and talk with them. All right? And we need them to be paying rent. If not, we need to evict them, and we need to do that in a way in which they don't execute their blackmailing operation. How does that sound to you?
That's it?
That's step one.
I'll raise my eyebrow and I'm like, yeah, sure.
He says, okay, we'll see how that goes, how you do. And there's plenty more to be done. He says...
Oh, two other things. Do you know what's my grandpa's name in this world?
His name is Kevin Durst, but he's dead. He's died of old age, 10 years ago.
But it is supposedly him, the same guy, supposedly, that was in the photo.
It does, yeah. You don't recall you don't have much memories of seeing pictures of him in New York, but he does look similar to your great-grandfather in Ravenlands.
But this person is supposedly this grandfather.
You don't know that. Your grandfather here is dead, and you don't have much of a clear picture of what he looked like.
Okay, I'll see if I can see any pictures of, family photos.
Sure. All right.
Going back as far as we can.
Yeah. Okay, your dad is, a little bit curious about that. Oh, let's see family photos. But, yeah, he'll show you pictures, and sure enough, the picture, a picture of your grandfather when he was, in his 40s or something like that, looks just like that Repo Man.
I'll ask was there anything weird about the conditions of Grandpa Kevin dying?
He says, no, Dad died of an embolism 2005.
Could you do a flashback and just say that I have a copy of it, or do I need to do a flashback to have a copy of this photo that Jason took?
That sounds like flashback material, so yeah. Okay.
I'll just show him the picture.
Yeah, so the other pictures would be, the picture that you have on your phone is obviously, contemporary. And your dad, takes the phone and looks, puts on his reading glasses and furrows his brow. He's like, what the fuck is this? That looks like him. Where did you get this?
An associate of mine took that picture.
What do you mean?
Today.
Okay. What? Oh, that's a hell of a doppelganger. Okay.
I suspect it might be more than that, but any information that you might have.
He looks at you and he's like, Venessa, are you okay? What do you mean more than that? Or you think somebody cloned your grandfather?
I don't know. Did he have a twin?
No. Or long lost brother of mine? I don't know that.
You mean a long lost uncle?
He was my father, your grandfather.
Yeah. So it would be his brother would be uncle. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Looks like he hands the phone back to me. Sometimes you see people that look just like somebody else. It's a big city. And he's like, all right.
Oh, and
I'll give you a call tomorrow.
And I want to try to get Hamilton ticket. Do you still have tickets for Broadway?
Okay, give me a manipulator roll for that. And be another +1.
3 successes.
Okay. He's okay, I see what this is all about. Yeah, sure. He's like, when do you want to see it?
As soon as possible. I don't know.
He shrugs and goes, how about next week? Are you bringing guests? We can have one guest.
Okay, yeah, I'll have one. Yeah, I'm gonna bring one person.
All right, whatever. I'll send you that information tomorrow.
Okay, and then I'll
Said-
be like, I do love you, Father.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I
Thank you
wasn't-
for saying that.
Going on my own was never to abandon.
He says it's very kind.
Then I'll pass gas.
Okay.
Means I'm comfortable. Okay, cool. I'll get out of here. I'll go. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. This has been great. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say, I'll leave.
Okay. All right. And okay, so I think everybody else, that was their actions for the evening. And everybody goes home. Does anybody, I presume most of you are going back to Helga's house, or any of you going somewhere else?
Yeah, anyone who wants to is welcome to pick up more bedding and comfortable.
Yeah, go to my own house and, just be Alice NYU professor for at least tomorrow, most of tomorrow. So I'm going to go home.
All right.
Send you some memes. Yeah, whoever wants to come over as well. So pick up some extra stuff for sleeping. Is Sarah back? Probably should
Who?
get her. That would be helpful. Easier for her to take care of Mariah.
Who?
Solga?
Soleil.
Her name is Sarah, right? Or did I make that up?
Her
Sally?
name here in the city was Sally.
Oh.
She's refusing to go by that name.
Okay, I want to make her a key, so it's easier for her to in and out. And also
Okay.
wanted to pick up some extra bedding for her.
Okay, sure.
Is Mariah still sleeping?
Mariah is still asleep. Yeah, and so Soleil has got like IV and IV drip equipment so that Mariah can get sustenance. Yeah. Okay. So you all, Matt, where were you sleeping?
Matt will continue to sleep at Helga.
Okay.
Okay.
He's set up like a little cot
Okay. So you're all nobody. Go ahead.
in the laundry room. He's taking it over.
So Helga does not have her own laundry machine. So no laundry room. There's two rooms. There's the loft. There's her bedroom, and there's a bathroom.
There's the walk.
They're like a living room, or
It's a loft apartment. One room. There's a bedroom separate from the loft, so it's really two rooms. But anyway, yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let's see. All right, you all go to sleep. Jason, you have a dream. You have a dream that you are trapped inside the Chrysler building, but it's not like the real one. It's shifting and it's endless. This maze of mechanical corridors and dark stairwells and glowing blue windows that seem to be eyes at the same time watching you. And you're hearing faint whispers in the walls, overlapping, all saying, "Next, next." And you're climbing like a spiral staircase that just keeps going up and up. And there's like red threads stretched across the walls connecting torn scraps of paper and photographs. And you touch one and the paper, it bursts into flame. And there's like illuminates this shadowy figure at the top of the stairs. And the figure wears a mask made of chrome and whispers, "You're too close." And then the stairs beneath you collapse and you plummet. You fall downwards and crashing into the subterranean tunnels filled with rushing water. And you're carried by the current. And you see these glimpses of white minibuses and stacked with Soma bottles and blueprints of the city's water system. And you try to scream, the water forces its way into your lungs and you sink down. And faint outlines of the Chrysler building looming above you. And you hear a voice. It's your own voice, but it's distorted. And the voice, it's all on the walls. It's all there. Find it. Nightmares. Yeah. The next
that was so disco.
Yeah. The next day, it's Monday, September 28th, and it's cloudy, light winds, highs of 61. And okay, what are all of you doing today?
I'm going to work.
Okay.
But I want to be prepared to go to my other job afterwards. So I'll bring some Soma with me.
Okay.
They probably have it, but
Yeah.
just be ready for that.
Okay. All right. And Alyssum, you are heading to going to school. Okay. All right. So during the day, you're just working, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how about Jason? You're going to meet with Lisa Marie and so on. Actually, so Jason, you do get a call from Rat King. He says, "Hey, you've got time at noon? Yeah, I know a guy. His name is El Predicador from the Latin King, from the group that you wanted me to get you in touch with. All right, at noon, and he names like a Mexican restaurant in the Bronx."
All right, Jason would call Lisa Marie and ask if she could meet him in the Bronx.
She says she would, as long as it's like a safe place. She's worried about being surveilled.
Maybe we can meet at the Catholic place. What is that one called?
St. Anthony's Table.
Anthony's Table.
All right, she can do that. Yeah. Okay. And what's Venessa doing today?
I guess for the first part of the day, I'll just do city integration. I could go with Jason. Are you just going to meet this guy, or are you going to tell anybody? Because I could go with you.
Oh yeah, you can come with me.
Yeah, so I'll do city integration in the morning, and then go meet up with Jason around noon. So let me roll my wits.
All right.
I succeed. I'm fully integrated.
Oh, nice.
Your boy integrated. Yeah.
Look at you.
Okay, all your red skills, you can make them black.
Always bet on black.
Yeah. And, yeah, that's that. All right. So, cool. And that was, and Vincent is just working, doing some locksmithing stuff. Okay, let's go with, all right, Rachel, you go into work.
Going to work.
Yeah, and you go to Quantum Solutions. Turns out that is really close to, it's basically right below Venessa's place, and right by, it's like a 5-minute walk from Vincent's workshop too. Helga, it's a normal day at work. Your laboratory equipment here is better than at home. What you do at work, test commercial chemicals and stuff. You do quality control for cosmetics and household product manufacturers. There's about 15 people there. You are the senior analytical chemist. So you come in and it's just a bland office environment. There's lab facilities in the back. You got a lot of work to do, and you get in on that. If you wanted to, you could roll city integration doing this.
Yeah, I would like to. That's
okay.
I'm checking.
Yeah. Okay. So Alice.
1 success.
Nice. Okay. All right, Alice. You head to in the morning. 9 in the morning. You got like an advanced archaeology course. In the afternoon, you got another class. It's an intro for undergrads. Is Jason meeting up with Lisa Marie in the morning? Would that be something?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first thing Jason would do is he would write his dream down in his dream journal. Another weird dream, and so he'd record that as best he can, and then he would go and meet up with Lisa Marie. He'd drive over to St. Anthony's table with whomever wanted to come with.
All right, that would be Finley is there with you. So, yeah, 10 a.m. Okay, so you are at St. Anthony's table. Lisa Marie is there in the main hall and talking with somebody, and she's medium build, a woman, brown hair, pulled back in a ponytail. She's got some like freckles. She's in her 30s, and she's looking kind of haggard. She always kind of looks a little haggard, but yeah, you guys greet, and and she assumes Finley is like your assistant. She introduces herself, and then so you are able to go into the back room, that meeting room. Father Seamus is around, but he's pretty busy with stuff. But he says you can go into the back. You can talk back there. So you guys go into the back, and you sit down. Lisa Marie, she says that she takes out like some paper. She says, "Look, okay, so this is about Soma. All right, so I have a friend. He's a biochemist, and he's a pharmacologist. And I took it to him so he could analyze it. And she's basically like, nobody's talking. She, by the way, is a reporter for the New York Times. She said, nobody's talking about this. Nobody's reporting on it yet. I've got the big scoop. She says, the police, they know about it, but hardly anybody's going after it because nobody cares because there's no bad impacts of it. But nobody really knows how many people are doing this. Nobody's studying it or the effects on the user. So we don't know if people are calling it Soma. They're saying has no bad effects, but we don't know that. There's no known fatalities from it. And because of that, nobody cares. I'd like to know where it's coming from and what it is. And so my source has learned that it's an extremely complex organic compound. To assemble this would require a lot of equipment and a lot of very expensive equipment. I've got information here on potency and a few elements of the chemical structure, and it is cut with some agents that are relatively neutral, and there's so we have compounds that affect the nervous system, and there's psychoactive alkaloids in it, and stabilizers and binding agents. We're able to identify those. There's some elements that break down into anti-anxiety chemicals and other metabolites. So it impacts the metabolism. It impacts the body in so many ways. It speaks to the gut-brain connection. There's elements that go straight into the gut and probably bind with neuroreceptors there, as well as the brain. But beyond that, we don't know. But I found there's a distinct, it's obvious that half a gram. Here we have stimulant effects, 1 gram depressant, 2 grams psychedelic, 3 grams sedative, and so on. But beyond that, it's too complex. It is impacted by antihistamines. Oh, and alcohol eliminates some anti-anxiety impacts of it. So it's reported that it makes people feel peaceful, but alcohol eliminates that effect. So that's interesting. Antihistamines start to knock the whole thing out, so it obviously binds with those receptors as well. That's all I got, but I do have enough that I'm going to start writing a story. I wonder if you have any other information that I could use.
Jason would want to be careful what he reveals. He would say that he has a source who has confirmed that it's being manufactured by the Korean Mafia, but he wouldn't want her name in the paper. He would play his recording of Ju Young's testimony, but he would have gone through and made sure that her name didn't come up in it at all. And then he would also say that it seems like it's very popular in the underground. I was actually recently in the underground. I saw some really strange things. And he would tell the story of the bear and of Blue. And then he would say, and can I show you something? We got to look into this. Whether there's some sort of effect of it that I don't know what it does. But he would play the video for her. He would have brought the video player in the video.
Oh, of Blue?
Yeah, he turns off the lights. And he's like, this person, the people in the underground said that he was this rich guy, Korean. We know he was doing Soma. And he was living in this room. We think he was killed by the bear in the underground. He had a graffiti all over the room, and he shows her photos of the graffitis and these stickers, and he shows her the stickers. And he also had made this 8mm video, and he shows her the reality is a brittle thing video. And then he would ask me, do you know anything about esoterists?
Esoterists? No. She nods and says, okay, thanks for that information. You keep digging.
Seems like maybe if you do enough of it, you can do magic. I mean, this looks like magic to me, right?
I don't know, Jason. I don't know. But I think I've got enough. To publish.
Yeah, be careful. The Korean Mafias, they're no joke.
She says, the public is no joke either. She says, I'm not going to let, mobsters scare me away from doing what's right.
Jason would want to suggest the possibility that, that maybe they want to put it in the water. I think this is something bigger than just the Korean Mafia. I think that this goes all the way to the top.
Do you have evidence for this? Anything that I can use?
I know that Andy Cernik he's on the water commission. He has access to the water supply. And he, let's see, hold on. He's involved with the Russian crime family.
Okay.
I'm just saying, maybe we need to look into this more before you release anything.
Okay, maybe you're right. Look, we'll sit on this for a couple of days. How about you, because it sounds like you have a lot of ideas, but maybe you need to do some more work finding evidence, right? Am I right? So why don't you work on that, and in a few days, maybe in 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm also on a time limit. You got to understand, I'm on a time limit. Somebody's going to start talking about this. And look, I have a career that I need to build. And not only that, but people need to know this stuff sooner rather than later.
All right. Beginning of the week. Give me time to investigate the water.
Okay, Jason.
Where would I go to look into that, by the way? Where's the city's water supply? Delaware. The Catskill, Delaware, and Croton watersheds. The Pepacont Reservoir is the largest reservoir.
Pepacont.
That's way out of town. I can't go there.
There's various wastewater treatment plants within the boroughs. Yeah, you could definitely track one down, and yeah.
All right, I guess that's the meeting.
All right, so that's that. All right, we could head to when Venessa joins, and you guys are meeting up with El Predicador. You want to do that?
Yeah.
There is it's a Mexican restaurant in Morris Heights. That's the western edge of the South Bronx. And so Racking doesn't accompany you. He just told you to go there, meet a guy, and he'll be waiting for you. He'll have you'll know him. You'll see when you see him. He's the guy that looks like a extremely Catholic gangster. So, yeah, the three of you, show up at this Mexican restaurant and sitting at a booth. The restaurant is actually empty, and sitting at a booth eating a plate of enchiladas is a guy with greased back, black hair, and he's wearing a black shirt that has various gold embroidery on them, and he's got a big golden cross hanging from his neck from like a gold chain. And he's got various like Catholic tattoos running down his sleeve, and he's wearing eyesight glasses, and he's got his fingers covered in rings, and there's actually a couple people outside the restaurant who look like other gangsters with similar like color pattern, black and gold, and like Catholic imagery. And the three of you approach the door, and some guys like you, Jason, and
yeah, yep.
And who are these ladies?
These are my associates. This is Venessa, and this is Finley. Finley is a private eye in training. Vanessa's just some dame.
So he says,
Not great games.
says, El Predicador has agreed to meet with Jason, and so you ladies will have to wait outside.
Lo siento, guys. Jason says to Vikessa and Finley. Oh, wait, no, Jason he tried to manipulate. He'd be like, surely it'd be fine. Just a couple of gals came in too. And Jason starts giving his weapons over to the guy. He gives him his gun and his blackjack.
His badge.
He doesn't have a badge. You don't have a badge.
Yeah, I know.
Private eyes don't get badges.
I have a private eye license, but
yeah, no badges. Okay, so let's see. Cost them but they have more people on their side, and reputation.
I have a good reputation.
Game helping. Okay, so they'll be -2. Give me a manipulation, or rather, a insight manipulator minus
insight. No, influence manipulator.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
2.
-2. Let's see. Yeah.
1 success.
Okay. You fail.
Sorry, Vikessa.
Not sorry, Finley.
Okay, so he says thank you for your handing over your weaponry, and so it takes that. So Jason, you go in, and the guy's sitting there eating enchiladas, and he gestures for you to sit down, and he says, "What can I do for you, Mr. Lanier?"
Oh, my name is Vandermeer, and he holds out his hand.
Yeah, sorry a minute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he shakes your hand. He wipes off his hand and shakes it, and he says, "What can I do for you?"
Yeah, thank you for agreeing to meet with me, first of all. I'm interested in anything you can tell me about the Jamaican gang. I fear that they might have kidnapped a friend of mine, and I brought this up with Rat King, and he said he could arrange a meeting with you, so here we are.
He says, of course, the Jamaicans, the drug dealers, and the mean, they have been known to kidnap people, but that's not their main operation. They have been known to do ransoms. That kind of thing.
That's all that they do. So this is me talking to the GM.
Yep.
We know that Mariah wasn't ransomed. Was a ransom ever offered? Do we know that, or
no? There's not even any evidence that she was taken by them. It's just the missing thing. That's what the family suspects. The missing report.
And that's because she was interested in drugs, or she was.
It's not clear. You don't know. It's not just. That's just what.
That was what the family suspected, that she was taken by the Jamaican gang, and that it had something to do with drugs.
They were last seen with members of the Jamaican gang. Yeah.
Jason would ask if this guy could think of any reason they might kidnap someone aside from ransom.
He thinks about it. He says, sometimes maybe they want more. Maybe they want more workers. Maybe they want people to deal their drugs for them in a way that doesn't point to them. Who knows?
So
maybe there's a grudge. Maybe somebody got pissed them off. They are dangerous. They're dangerous folks. They will seek vengeance.
Jason writes this down in his notebook. Vengeance? ? He would ask about if he could tell us anything about Louis Sinclair, Queen D, or the Prophet.
He says, Louis Sinclair is there. Louis Sinclair, he's a very devout man. Of course, their devotion is to satanic religion. He's a very stern businessman. I think he cares about his people quite a lot, and I admire their fire they got. But sometimes they can get a little bit over their own heads, so to speak. Sometimes they go a little too far. And he says, Queen D. He says, oh, those other names, those are just a couple of their captains running the drug distribution in Hollis and Sunnyside.
Jason would ask if he has any advice on how Jason could potentially make contact with the Jamaican gang, in a way that doesn't end up with him dead.
He shrugs, says, that's up to you. I'm not going to get you in contact with them. We're not on the best terms. My suggestion, I got no good suggestions, but maybe you should just go and talk to them. Go find somebody, buy them some drugs, give them money. That's what they want. That's why they're doing all this. That's why anybody, you got enough money, you can buy your way into anything. He says, speaking of which, my time is valuable.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
I think we're probably about done here.
Great, well, thanks.
Unless you've got anything for me.
What could you want? I'm a private detective. I know some things.
He says, oh, some things? What do you know about?
Let's see, what do I know about the New York City watershed? No, Jason would say, I know about the structure of the NYPD. I know about Councilman Andy Zernick. I know a bit about the Dominican cartel, the Jehovah's Witness compound, Soma. Do any of those things interest you?
He says, oh, there's Soma drug. What do you know about that?
Jason would explain it acts almost exactly like the drug in Huxley's Brave New World. Half a gram is a stimmy, 1 gram is a depressant, 2 grams psychedelic, 3 grams is a sedative. No overdoses, hangovers, taking antihistamines downgrades the effect. The being dealt by the Dominican cartel, and that he thinks that the Korean Mafia might be the ones manufacturing it. But he doesn't say that outright. He said that that's something he heard.
Oh, wait, you say that you heard that the Korean Mafia might be the ones?
Yeah. He wouldn't be like, and I broke into the Korean Mafia's lab, and no, he would say that he heard that the Korean Mafia might be the ones manufacturing it.
He nods, looks impressed. He says, some good information. He says, keep your nice nose to the grindstone. He says, but be careful what you dig into. It's a dangerous world out there.
What do you mean by that?
Who knows? Who knows what I know? I don't know about that. I just know that it's dangerous. I know if you go around poking your nose in people's business, you might get nipped, right?
I guess what business do you think I should stay out of? Give any advice?
He says, just giving you, it's just some friendly advice.
All right.
That's all. Have a nice day.
Jason leaves. Jason would go meet up with Finley and Vikessa. He would hopefully get his weapons back, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
And then he would explain to Vikessa and Finley when they're a little ways away. That wasn't a very fruitful meeting. Basically, nothing we didn't already know. Maybe we should go see the family. We could go try to find Vikessa's family. Not Vikessa, Mariah's. Or I guess you wanted to set up wanted to go bug the Korean Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
so let's say second quarter day, Rachel, you're wanting to go to your other Green Fist, right?
That is correct, yes.
And Alice, after your second class is over, that's probably around 4. What are you up to?
All right. I guess I'm going to try and get as much work done today to free up time other days. But yeah, I'll do grading and then work on city integration.
Okay. So yeah, then give me that roll. All right. So Jason and Venessa and Finley, what are you up to the second quarter of the quarter day?
That's where Jason would he'd grab some audio recording devices from his car, and he would say, let's go to, I guess you wanted to bug the warehouse, Vikessa?
The warehouse? The underground lab?
The underground lab.
We have some of the schematics from Vincent. So where they might be entering and exiting. Like that, maybe near that grate or that construction site. Or I don't know if that's how they get in and out of there at all, but
I can show you, I think. So this map here, this is the thing that Vincent scouted out, and this is how you guys entered the place. Can you see my cursor? All right, so this building here that's where the Soma, underneath that building, is where the Soma was being produced. This red circle, there's trucks out here or vans where presumably product is loaded in and driven out. Oops. And yeah, and there's guards out front, the Korean guys. This is stuff that Vincent would have told you about. Yeah, these little green dots are cameras. There's 3 garage doors back here. Vincent says one of these is a workshop belonging to some sort of a mechanic or something like that. There's other people in this building. It's commercial, in workshop area. So when you guys want to go and visit this place right now?
No,
Maybe we should come back at night if we're going to set up cameras. We're going to have to be stealthy, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
But I guess we can talk about where we want to put the cameras. If this is the main entrance, can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
So maybe one there, one here, one here. We could just see who comes in and out, get a sense for how much traffic there is. Does that sound like what you wanted, Vikessa, or?
Yeah, I'm thinking, would it be a good idea to go underground, try to get in there and set up a camera?
Here, okay, so you'll wait till the evening and to plant some cameras?
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm gonna do some training.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna switch to Rachel, actually. Yeah, after work, about 5, you head to the headquarters of the Green Fist. And so...
When he's gone.
Doing baby. Yeah. All right.
All right, so you go there. The place is so there's a business front called Green Life Solutions, an industrial park, and go in the back. You can go into the restricted area, and let's see. Okay, so yeah, when you go in there, the leader of the Green Fist, Eric Bianchi, he's working on some stuff, and you come in, and he's like working a fume hood, and he puts that away, and he corners you, and he's Helga. Where you been? We've been working on this shit. We've been working on a lot of shit right now. We need you to be working on your project, okay? I haven't seen you in a week.
You're right. But a family member had a medical man. No one else was there to help her. It was just me. Apologize. I know this is important stuff, but I had to drop a lot of stuff suddenly. But hey, I'm here now. I got some stuff I need to test.
He's okay. What are you testing?
I'm gonna tell him, hey, you've heard about that Soma stuff, right?
Yeah.
Tearing up the streets? I got a sample. It's a good one. Curious. I don't trust this shit. This shit's fucked.
Maybe it is. Where's it coming from?
I'm telling, I've heard rumors, but I don't believe them. You can't trust these people. They're saying, it's coming from the mob and helping me all, sarcastic and do air quotes. It's probably just some, research chemical shit coming out of the universities. But I got a sample, and it's a good one. And I'm curious, what are they actually used based on? I'm gonna run a few tests.
It's okay, but just... all right, just don't take too long, okay? Look, we're gonna need more. We're gonna need more Night Bloom, okay?
Dog, I'm here. You got me. I don't think this is gonna take all that long. How hard can this be? It's probably some rank ass amateur shit.
Look,
probably just
Helga, I know you, all right, and I know you're gonna get lost in that. You're gonna spend all night working on whatever this little project is. But look, we need more Night Bloom. We need you working on that, okay? I don't want you getting distracted. I'll give you a couple hours, okay? But we need that Night Bloom that's our target right now, okay? We can look into this Soma stuff later, but we need to hit another facility, okay? We need to start to really shake things up because what we did, I can't talk about that now. But
I'll get on some of it. You know me, I got this.
Yeah, all right, because they're gonna once VGI recovers from this, their people are gonna be looking. We don't want these industries to recover. We want them to be on their get them on their heels. Get him knocked back and keep him knocked back.
I'm gonna clap on the shoulder and look at him. We got this.
He shrugs your hand off. He's like, okay, good. And he goes back to his fume hood, wipes off some sweat, and gets back in the fume hood.
All right, I'm gonna test it.
Okay.
Chance, I wouldn't mind making a little. Gotta fulfill my obligation. There's time between titration.
Okay, so you can get to work on that, and you're definitely gonna have to spend more than a couple hours more than what Eric wanted on that. So it would, let's see. Yeah.
God.
So yeah, you're going to want to spend. So short-term analysis is 1 to 3 days of analyzing this, and medium analysis, ideally, the most what you want to learn is spending a whole week analyzing this, and so that means at least 6 hours of work a day on it. So yeah, basically six. Another way of saying that, 6 quarter days, or sorry, seven quarter days would be probably the most that you could get out of it. So yeah, let's call that a project that's maximum 7 quarter days. And
can I multitask though? Is it 1,000% of my attention? Well, 100% of my attention.
It is most of your attention.
Okay.
During that, that's what you're doing during that quarter day.
Okay. So I can't also be making it at the same time.
Making what? Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so are you going to spend... So it's about 5. Are you spending a quarter day?
I sure am.
Okay. Alright, let's just mark that. Okay. So, yeah, in that quarter day, that quarter day is spent setting things up. Okay, so that is your action for the day. And let's see, Hallie, what we said, get back to you?
Yeah, the evening, she's going to search her apartment for surveillance.
Okay. You don't find any.
Sweet.
So I'll say that's your evening. And so Jason and Venessa.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to learn.
Okay. So let's see. So talents, you cost 10 XP. How will you, and a successful wits roll? How are you practicing them? How are you learning that?
I have a knife and a whip.
Okay. All right. Give me a wits roll.
Yes.
Okay, 10 XP. for that.
Away.
And Jason?
So we're not going to go to Jersey. So
Well,
Jason would he'd go to the library and he'd study the water system. If that information's available. This is a post 9/11 world, so maybe like that kind of information wouldn't be at the library. But he'd try to figure it out. He's like looking for vulnerabilities. Like where in the city would there be vulnerabilities where someone could put Soma in the drinking water?
Yeah. See, there's a couple aqueducts.
Proton filtration plant. But there's an aqueduct?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's Catskill Aqueduct and Delaware Aqueduct. And they go into a city tunnel that pumps down into the Bronx. So the Jerome Park Reservoir is a huge source of the fresh water of the city. So that's one of the possible places somebody could put shit in the Jerome Park Reservoir. So you could go at some point, go surveil them potentially, or test the water or something like that.
Yeah, Jason will do that.
Okay, so yeah, you spend the day learning about that stuff, getting that information. In the evening, this night, were you guys going to be doing your surveilling?
We're gonna set up cameras.
Set up cameras. Okay. All right. So who's going to set up cameras? Just Jason and maybe Finley. Okay. Where I'm pointing here, this is one of the entrances, and that's where. And then here's these garages over here. And let's rotate the view to the other side. And this is the entrance to the pharmacy there.
So Jason would he'd drive up here with Finley. When he gets there, he sits in the car for a little bit. He's gonna park somewhere like here.
Okay.
And he's gonna show Finley this is how you use the camera.
Go ahead.
You turn it on and off, make sure the red lights blinks 3 times, and then it goes.
Are these cameras, are they GoPros, or are they storing the data on themselves, or are they uploading the data elsewhere?
Yeah, they store the data on themselves, and so they need to be retrieved after a set amount of time. But they're very discreet. These are like designed for private eye shenanigans, and they're meant to be like pretty slim, pretty discreet. Jason's gonna have Finley put one here facing the building, and then it's got a wide angle shot, so it should get the gates and it should get that door. So it's trying to place it somewhere where you can see here and you can see here.
Okay. All right. Why don't you roll for her? That is an agility of 4 and stealth of 4. Give me a stealth roll +2 for the darkness, and yeah.
So 2 success.
Okay. All right. So Finley places all those cameras without anything going wrong. And from there, what do you guys do?
I guess we drive around town a little bit, try to shake anyone who might have seen us, and eventually park a little ways away from Helga's and go there.
All right, great. All right, so you guys all presumably convene for the night. Good time to end the session. Everybody, thanks for playing, y'all.